The Stableblock restoration is well underway, as you can see now. The new front of house for the Green Bike project created a doorway through to the back where their newly built workshop is going to be situated. We're standing in front of what will be the cafe. As you can see, they've taken a wall out and some interior walls showing off the old carriage pit where they used to service the carriages, and they're just rebuilding the pillars, ready for the new glass doors that will be going in. New reception area, eventually be all glass fronted, matching with the cafe. We're at the entrance to what will be the new toilet area. All the internal walls have been removed and the ceiling ready for the new accessible changing places toilets to be constructed.
My name is Nick Hazeltine. I'm an architect with Thomas Ford and Partners. We're involved on the project here as conservation architects. Both buildings we're dealing with, the Stableblock where I'm being filmed and the Orangery, are Grade 2 listed. Our initial approach to the buildings was to look at how we could reuse rooms which are quite diverse in size and heritage, to make them accessible to all members of the public, but also make them very usable in a modern setting. Where I'm standing now used to be an open canopied area where originally the carriages would have been stored, and behind me further is the original carriage sheds. There were 4 sheds in total, each having a set of barn doors in front of them. We've taken the barn doors off at the moment, and we're infilling all the existing barn door openings with glass, but the barn doors will go back on. What it allows is a much larger, diverse space. I'm standing now in the old carriage shed. As you can see, it's quite a large area. We've actually taken up the old brick flooring in here. We've put a limecrete floor down, which allows the building to breathe. We will be putting the brick back on again on top as the finished product. And you'll see the original carriage pit. And you can see above me the pulley system for taking out any mechanics to do with cars or carriages as well. Crossing the courtyard, we come to one of the original other stalls, which where the horses were kept, and these ones have actually still got the actual original timber and metal grills on them to show where the horses used to be kept. These are in quite a bad state of repair, but we will be refurbishing them. As part of that, there'll be historical interpretation within this room itself to show what used to happen in this stable block. I'm standing at the base of the old bell. It used to be used by people on the estate, and you'll see above me up there, that's the old clock tower, which we've just replaced the 4 clock faces on. The clock mechanism is original Victorian, it's been refurbished and been reused. What we try and do is that we intervene in buildings, but we don't take away the historical content of the building. We try and incorporate modern elements into the building, like lighting, data, power and facilities, but you walk into the building, you wouldn't necessarily notice them.
So now, shall we go and have a look around the stable block? We're going into the interpretation areas, how a working stable worked. There'll be interpretation on the signs and activities for kiddies to do. And this stable will be explaining about the Cobbold family and the Cobbold brewery. And we'll go into what was the tack room. Now, the tack room was where the groomsmen and the stable boys stored all the saddles, etc. for the Cobbold's horses. We'll go back out into the courtyard, a newly bespoke made bench from an oak that was out of the park, and new toilet suites in the corridor there. And this area is for the Green Bike project. They recycle up bikes and the guys redo them. If we go back into the courtyard, this is our new cafe. This used to house, originally, all the old carriages. We've tried to sympathetically restore this space. A part of what we've installed here is the Gainsborough painting. Over 100 artists help recreate the Holywells picture. And also we have our Wildlife Whisperer project. We have 4 live nest boxes around the park. Along with the opening of the Stableblock Visitor Centre, the clock tower has been newly restored, and tomorrow the weather vane will be going back on top of the clock tower.